All right, guys, happy Tuesday. For our strength portion, we're going to be working on power clean. So we're going to build up to a starting weight, and we're going to be doing 8-minute EMOM. Every minute on the minute for 8 minutes, you're going to do 2 power cleans. This is from the floor into that quarter squat position. Again, we'll talk about what to do if you're new to this, but basically from the floor, set up, chest is pulled up, catch, and you're going to drop the bar. Reset up for your second rep. Okay, so remember, we want to prioritize getting contact at the upper thigh with the bar, right? You don't want to pull the bar and come straight up so you don't make contact. If you're newer to this movement, you've never done this before, you're just getting started, or you're struggling to make that contact, we like to break this up into 2 movements. You're going to do a deadlift first. So from the ground, you set yourself up, you come up, and then learn to get that contact second, okay? As you get better, you can bring those 2 movements together, up, jump, catch, okay? So 2 reps every minute for 8 minutes. This should be challenging, but you shouldn't miss at the end. You really just have to focus every single rep, build as needed if you want, but try to find a challenging way to start and stick with it across with some building, all right? So that's our strength. Let's talk about our conditioning. All right, guys, our conditioning today is going to be a classic rep scheme, 21-59 reps of deadlifts and strict pull-ups. So let's talk about the deadlift. This is that classic heavy, moderately heavy weight where we should be able to do a few reps in a row, but we'll talk about it. When you step up for a deadlift, feet right under the hips, grab the bar. If it's heavy or just to save your grip, you can switch one hand, nice flat back. Tension in the hamstring so the shins are about vertical. The bar is going to come straight up. Squeeze your butt at the top. So there's 2 ways you can do this for reps. The quicker way is going to be to tap and go off the ground. Notice I push my hips back, tap, and go. I don't want to round my back as I drop down. So chest is up, hips back, keeping that bar close to the body. Okay? Let's say it's heavy and you can't do that. You're going to drop from the top. So if you can't control that position on the way down, right? If you're dropping and the bar's coming out in front of your knees, something like that, what we're going to do is a deadlift, stand up, and then you drop the bar, reset, and you can do 1 at a time. But that shouldn't happen until some of the later rounds, okay? Something at the beginning, you should be able to do repetitive repetitions for that weight, all right? So if you have any low back issues or problems with full range of motion, for the deadlift, you can start with the bar a little higher or go to a sumo deadlift stance. Sumo deadlift allows a little bit more quads and less low back position. So that's a way that you can move some heavy load and be a little safer on your back. So that's the deadlift portion. We're combining that with strict pull-ups. We don't do strict pull-ups very often. So for a lot of people, you're going to need to use a band to ensure good full range of motion. So the way you set the band up, you put it on one foot, right in the middle of your foot. First thing, step down, so the band will be in the center of your body. Hands on either side. Okay, now focus hard here on no swing, so you don't get any little bit of movement from the shoulder. You're just going to squeeze up, chin over, and back down. Okay, remember with the band, at the bottom when it's on your foot, it's more stretched out, so there's more energy. As you pull, getting your chin over at the top will be the hardest part. So be aggressive. Make sure you get your chin over every time. When you get to the top and you get to failure, really try to avoid, if you're failure, try to avoid finishing with a little kip like that. So again, be diligent, strict pull. This might go down to 1 rep at a time, okay? Besides the band, the other variation is the ring rows. If you do ring rows, give yourself something challenging. I don't want you staying up here where you're just banging out easy reps. Remember, you can alter the angle of your body, find something that's challenging. Okay, if you start to hit failure, you can change the angle slightly. Okay, so challenge yourself throughout all those repetitions. So we got a 15-minute time cap for these 2 movements, and we have a little cardio finisher today as well. All right, our little cardio finisher, go as intense as you want on this, but it's going to be 100 calories for guys, 80 for women, your machine of choice. So rower, bike, or ski erg. It's going to be 1 minute on, 1 minute off until you complete 100 calories for guys or 80 for women. So that's our finisher for today. Have fun. See you tomorrow.